Jenna, what is up, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, we're getting down, we're getting dirty. We're not actually getting dirty, we're getting clean because we're doing a spring clean with me today. I'm so excited to do this because there are some things that I'm going to be tackling today that I haven't done in a while, and I hate to admit it, but there are things that desperately need to get done. So I am going to be doing some things that I haven't done in a while, like wiping down walls, wiping down baseboards, stuff like that, as well as like tackling windowsills, which can get very dirty. And then I will also be doing some stuff that I do on an everyday or every, week, month basis that I haven't tackled in a bit, like vacuuming rugs, mopping floors, stuff like that. So we will be doing a lot of cleaning today, and I'm so excited because I actually made like a little checklist, which I just produced over on InDesign. This is where I actually produce a lot of my stickers and stuff. So I did this in InDesign, Adobe InDesign, and if I can figure out how to link a JPEG for you guys to download for yourself, I will link it down below so you can actually print this out at home and follow along. But it's just categorized by rooms, and then there's a list for each room. Like we have a foyer or entryway, we have kitchen, living room, dining room, bedrooms, bathrooms, laundry room, and then just all around throughout the house things. So I'm super excited to get started with this. I'm also going to be testing out a new vacuum that I recently got. If you guys saw in my last video, my like spring vlog, I don't really know what I called it, but we unboxed a vacuum from Kyvol. Kyvol is a brand that has a bunch of different appliances and stuff like that. They are available on Amazon, and I will link the vacuum that I'm going to be using today down below. I'm excited to try it out. I haven't tried it out yet. We have unboxed it, but I'm excited to see how it functions because it does look very similar to a Dyson. I'm hoping is going to be a good dupe for a Dyson because it is a lot more affordable. So if you guys do want to check it out, I will have it linked down below for you. But yeah, without further ado, I think that is everything that I wanted to say in this intro. Let's get into this spring cleaning. I will most likely be doing it today and then a little bit tomorrow. But yeah, if you want to see me do a little bit of spring cleaning, if you want a little bit of motivation to do it yourself, then continue watching and let's get into this video. Ooh. So we are starting off today in the front foyer. This is typically the room that I start with, and then I move into the rest of my house after, but you guys will see throughout the video that before I went into doing any deep cleaning and spring cleaning, I did tidy up the space before. So here in the foyer, we generally just have some clutter from things we've brought inside. Our shoes are normally on the floor, as well as just coats need to be hung up. So I did those things, and we went straight to vacuuming, which I was so excited to see how this Kyvol vacuum functioned. And guys, I am so freaking impressed with this vacuum. I do have a cordless Dyson, but I don't think it's one of the most powerful ones, and this one I will say functions so well. Probably better than that Dyson, which is super surprising to me, but it is such a good vacuum. There's a light on the front, which is very helpful for seeing in dark spaces and stuff like that. I will chat with you guys a little bit about the other things that the Kyvol vacuum has in store throughout the video, but for now we are moving on to actually dusting and cleaning the front entryway table. I feel like sometimes a lot of people overlook the front entryway table and don't really think that you need to deep clean this space, but honestly I think this is one of the places where you should be cleaning and deep cleaning the most, because if you think about it, this is the space that you come in and drop your stuff and touch first thing when you come in from outside. So I really wanted to make sure that I cleaned this space well. I actually went in with some Lysol in a bit just to sanitize as well. But here, after I was finished with the entryway table, I decided to take everything off of the wall. I actually took that little DIY coat hanger off the wall. I will be replacing it with a different one very soon, but I took everything off the wall and cleaned the wall with a magic eraser. This is probably one of my favorite things to do because we do have all white walls and it tends to get pretty dirty, so it's just so satisfying to take a magic eraser and clean all of the little specks and marks. But anyways, moving on to the next task, which was cleaning the front door. Penny was being so cute here. She just really wanted to go outside, but I was like, girl, you cannot just run out the front door. But I did paint the front door in a little bit of a satin finish, or like a shinier finish, which I kind of wish I did it in more of a matte finish, because dirty marks and stuff do show up pretty easily on the front door. So I might in the future repaint it in a different finish, but we are just tackling the front entryway mirror here, and then we are moving into the hallway, where I just took the magic eraser again and cleaned up some specks. There was a lot of dirtiness on like our garage door, which I tackled as well, the like garage door in our house, if that makes sense. And then I went ahead and took our, I believe this is like a shark mop or something like that, I'm not 100% sure, but it is just like a Swiffer, but you are able to put in your own cleaner, which I put in something that is safe for pets. And I cleaned the hallway, and then I also went in with a rag and just cleaned off all of the baseboards. So now that we are finished with, look at that transition, girl. Yes. But we were moving on to the bedroom. This honestly didn't need too much work. I just recently moved my entire closet into here, and as I was doing that, I did clean the room as well. But we went ahead, cleaned off all of the baseboards, as well as dusted all of the furniture. And actually, while I was dusting this shelf, I'd love your guys' opinion on something, which I was actually thinking about moving this shelf into the front room instead of having it here in the bedroom. The front room is going to be more of an office space / home gym plant room, and I feel like the shelf would suit that room a bit better than our bedroom, as well as since I moved the closet into here, it's been a little bit more crowded, not like horrible, but I feel like the shelf being out of the room and in the front room would suit it a lot better and leave us a little bit more space to walk around in our bedroom. So let me know what you guys think of that. But once we were finished dusting, I moved on to vacuuming the windowsill with the Kyvol vacuum cleaner with this new attachment here. This was so satisfying and so therapeutic. I think my new favorite thing to do when it comes to cleaning is vacuuming windowsills. Guys, like, look at how beautiful this is. Wow. We love. So I ended up doing that and then dusting the blinds, and then we moved on to cleaning the window as well. As I am filming this voiceover right now, the window is open. It's so bright in here, and I absolutely love just being able to put up the blinds and have the window just bring in so much light into our bedroom. So I was really happy that I tackled that project. But moving on to the rug. This was the ultimate test when it came to the Kyvol vacuum cleaner, because this rug has caused me so many issues when it comes to just getting it clean with my other vacuums. I have 2 other Dyson vacuums, and the Dyson vacuums could not handle this rug. You guys can see that this rug just accumulates so much hair and just gross stuff throughout its time, and this Kyvol vacuum cleaner tackled it easily. Like, wow. Can we just talk about that? The other thing about this rug is that it is black and beige, so every little speck of anything shows up on this rug. Whether it is dark, it shows up on the beige, or if it's light, it shows up on the black. So it's very difficult to clean this rug, and I can happily say that the Kyvol vacuum cleaner was able to handle it all, which is just so amazing. But moving on to some of the specs of the Kyvol vacuum cleaner, it has a 260W brushless motor, 20 kPa suction power, a 2500 milliamp Samsung battery, which allows 35 to 40 minutes of runtime, which is absolutely amazing, as well as it does capture 99.99% of fine dust and microscopic particles. Amazing. Holy crap. But as we are actually cleaning and emptying the vacuum, I will say that it was super easy to take apart, empty it, clean it, and put it back together, which is amazing. But now that we are finished with the bedroom, we are moving on to the bathroom. I started out by just taking everything off of our counter, which, little update on the DIY marble countertop here in the bathroom. It is actually perfect. There might be a few little tiny chips, but honestly nothing that you can really see without trying to see. So overall, I will say that I am super impressed with the way that the countertop has been wearing, but I am just going ahead and cleaning off the countertop with some all-purpose cleaner, and then I also put some bathroom cleaner or spray in the sink as well. And then I believe after that we moved on to cleaning the mirror, which this mirror gets so dirty. I do actually need to end up cleaning this like weekly because it just gets so dirty so quickly and it bugs the heck out of me. But once we are finished with that, I put everything back on the counter. You guys can see here that I actually have this little tray that I put all of our tooth care in, as well as some Q-tips and my skincare. I feel like this is such a great way to make your counter look organized, but still being able to display a lot of your products that you use on an everyday basis. So once we were finished with that, we got a new towel, hand towel, and then we moved on to my two least favorite things in this entire video, which is cleaning the shower and cleaning the toilet. These things are just so tedious, so gross, and I hate doing it, not gonna lie, but we have to do it. So I went ahead and sprayed the bathtub and shower with the bathroom cleaner, and then while that was sitting, I went ahead and cleaned the toilet, which we love. I am wearing some lovely plastic gloves. These are actually for dyeing your hair, but I didn't have any of my like blue ones, so we're just using these and we are cleaning the toilet. I will say that yes, I am using paper towel. I typically don't use paper towel for anything else other than cleaning the toilet because I would rather just be able to throw out the thing that I'm cleaning the toilet with rather than throwing it in with other laundry, if that makes sense. Touching things, it just grosses me out. So we use paper towel in that instance. But once I was finished cleaning the toilet, we moved on to scrubbing the shower. Again, one of my least favorite things. This is probably the most tedious thing. It took me like a good half an hour to 45 minutes to totally clean that shower. So happy that I tackled that, and I will have to do that again in about a month. But finishing off the bathroom by just putting some toilet paper in the little thing I have on the toilet. Vacuuming the floor, which little update on the floor, it is perfect. Some of the tiles have shifted slightly, but it still looks absolutely amazing. None of them, even the small pieces, have not come up or anything like that. So if you are thinking about using some of these, I think they're called F-pop stickable floor tiles, I would definitely recommend. They are great. But once I was finished with that and mopping the floor as well, I moved on to cleaning a few spots on the wall. There were actually a few spots on the wall from when I dyed my hair red or when I attempted to dye my hair red, and those spots were actually not coming out with the magic eraser. So I ended up just taking some of the white wall paint and just touching those spots up, and then we quickly just finished off the bathroom with some mopping. Okay guys, so we are finished cleaning the first 3 rooms, which was the entryway, which I kind of doubled that as the hallway here as well. I am skipping the front room because that one is currently under construction because we are redoing it and making it into a home gym, plant room, office type thing. Also, I wanted to mention that there are a few things that I decided not to do that are on the list, things that like aren't applicable to us, like flipping our mattress. Our mattress only has like one side, the other side's not cushioned, if that makes sense, so I didn't do that. I don't have any like curtains in our bedroom, so there is a thing that says wash curtains, but I don't think I'm actually going to do that anywhere because I just recently like hung up the curtains, so I feel like they don't really need to be washed. Also, what are some other things that I decided not to do today? Replace our shower curtain, like our liner, because I just did that like a few months ago. So there's just a few things that like if you don't find it applicable for yourself, you don't have to do it, and I just put an X on the ones that I just didn't need to do. So anyways, for now that we're finished like the first half of upstairs, I am going to go and take a break. I'm gonna have some dinner, and then we are going to finish up the kitchen and living room later tonight, and then maybe tomorrow we'll go downstairs and clean my office as well as the rec room and stuff like that, and the laundry room. So yes, this is quite the project, but I'm so happy I'm doing it because Our house has been clean, but it hasn't been clean, you know? I feel like you guys get me with that. But anyways, I'm gonna go have some dinner and I will see you guys with a little late night clean with me. So dinner is all done and we are going to get right back into cleaning. I don't want to spend too much time cleaning because I do want to just relax for the rest of this Friday night. I want to maybe play some Animal Crossing or something. But I do still have the living room and the dining room slash kitchen. I don't really classify them as two different rooms, but they are two different rooms on the checklist. So I will be tackling different things in different zones, but again, they are like pretty much just one room. So yeah, we're going to get right into it. Honestly, this area is like our main living area, so I do keep it quite clean on a regular basis. So anyways, let's stop yapping and let's get cleaning, shall we? So now that dinner is all finished, we are ready to get cleaning again. So I am starting off by tackling the couch. This is a place that we spend a lot of time, so it does get pretty dirty. It is black, so it desperately needed a vacuum. On the list, there is a washing your cushions, which you can do that by just taking the covers off and washing those, but I just decided to skip that for now. But we are just taking the Kyvol vacuum and we are taking another one of the attachments and we are vacuuming the ever so dirty couch. Like I said, we spend a lot of time here eating snacks, watching TV, so, you know, the mess does accumulate. So as I am putting on the cushions, I am vacuuming each of them just to make sure they are clean. And the same goes for the throws and blankets. You can actually throw those in the wash as well if you want to, but I decided just to skip that for now. But once we are finished with the couch, I checked off a few of the things on the list and we moved on to the coffee table, which this again gets a lot of use. We end up eating a lot of dinners here, which is really bad. We should probably use our dining table more often, but it does just inevitably happen and we do enjoy watching TV together while we eat dinner. So I am just using the Kyvol vacuum cleaner to dust and get all of the little crumbs out of the cracks, and then we are taking some Windex and cleaning off the glass top, which again is one thing I have to do way too often, but it is worth it because the glass is just so beautiful when it's actually clean. Once I was finished with all that, I dusted each item as I was putting it back on the coffee table, all of the books and the decor, and then we moved on to sanitizing the remote controls, which honestly is something that we should probably do more often as well, just because we do use those quite often. But next I'm moving on to our little side table here. This honestly doesn't get a ton of use, but it does accumulate quite a bit of dust, so I'm just quickly dusting that, dusting the lamp, putting all of the decor back on, and then I believe we are moving on to doing a little bit more dusting on the TV stand as well. Once all the dusting was done, it was finally time to do the last thing in the living room, and that is cleaning the floors and vacuuming the rug. So I'm just taking the Kyvol vacuum again. The light on the vacuum is super useful when it comes to vacuuming underneath furniture and stuff like that. Also, the way that the vacuum is made, it is super easy to reach underneath furniture as well. You guys can see I'm kind of leaning over and I can actually get all the way underneath a lot of furniture that I can't with my other vacuums. But once I was finished with that, we moved the coffee table back and I went ahead, vacuumed the hardwood floors as well, and then went in with the mop to clean up the floors too. And then once I was finished with that, the living room was officially finished and we actually are moving on to the last room of the night, and that is the dining room. This again is another space that we do spend quite a bit of time in, and just a lot of items accumulate on the dining room table, as well as a lot of recycling accumulates beside our garbage, as you can see. One of the things that I feel like we need to improve when we do get our kitchen renovated, I would actually love to have some sort of recycling where it is in a cupboard hidden, so this does not happen, but I quickly took those to the recycling, and then we moved all of the chairs and the bench out of the way so that I could vacuum underneath the dining room table, which does accumulate lots of crumbs, which you guys can see that I got rid of the rug underneath here. I actually put that in the front room, and this has been a lot easier to clean just because when we had the rug there, it did accumulate a lot of mess. Sometimes, you know, things dropped on the rug, and I really didn't want to have a lot of stains on the rug, so I decided it'd probably be best just to have no rug underneath the table. A lot easier to clean, a lot easier to manage. But once I was finished with that, we dusted the overhead lighting fixture, which I kind of want to change just because that light fixture does accumulate a lot of dust, and I feel like I will probably need to dust that every week in order to keep it clean, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But once that was finished, I went ahead and I vacuumed and I wiped down the windowsills on this back dining room window, which I love how large it is, and this is probably one of my favorite areas in the house because it does get so much light. I end up working a lot in the dining room, but I quickly cleaned off that as well as I Windexed the windows, and then I also did that to the sliding door as well. And you guys can actually see that Penny's food is now over here. It used to be in the back corner, but we figured this would be a better area for her. It's closer to the rug where she likes to eat her food. But I think that's everything for tonight. Okay guys, so I have done the living room and the dining room, and I think I'm just gonna call it for the night. It's 10 o'clock. Francis and I are gonna watch a movie and then head to bed. So I will finish up the kitchen tomorrow. I still do need to do the coffee station as well, so I'll do that in the morning after breakfast, and then I'm going to tackle the laundry room, my office, and the rec room. Like I said, I think I'll do the guest bathroom and the guest bedroom just another time on my own, just because it's the same as I did upstairs with our bedroom and our bathroom. So yes, I am going to call it for the night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the second day of this video. I am experimenting with different hairstyles, so this is one that I've come up with today. We just got a little bun on top of our head with the rest of my hair down, which my hair is getting so long, it's insane. It also falls out everywhere, so we love that for me. But anyways, today is Saturday. Francis and I got up today, had some pancakes. I actually put blueberries in my pancakes, which was really, really good. But now that we've done that, our next task is our kitchen, which update, it's still not renovated. I really want to renovate the kitchen, but we've just been running into issues because Ontario's now again in a lockdown, and it's very difficult. So yes, I'm just waiting patiently for everything to kind of go back to a little bit of normalcy. Is that even a word? I'm not sure, but anyways, it's going to be happening eventually, I promise you. I'm so excited. But yes, we are going to clean the kitchen now. I still need to clean the coffee bar as well, so we're going to do that first, and then we'll move on to the kitchen. And then I think I'm going to go downstairs, do the laundry room, rec room, and office. So without further ado, let's get back to cleaning, shall we? It is currently 1:30. Are you kidding me? Days go by way too quickly, but it's 1:30. Let's start cleaning again. Okay, so who is ready for the second day of cleaning? I will admit I definitely got a later start to this day than I wanted to, but we are starting off the day by unpacking an order of Penny's canned food that we got in the mail that day from PetSmart. We give her the Royal Canin or Royal Canine. I'm pretty sure it's Royal Canin. We give her the Beauty wet food, and I'm just going to awkwardly carry that over to her little corner cupboard. We're going to put that in there so she is fully stocked of her canned food, and we are going to move on to the coffee station. So I went ahead and started off by taking everything off of the coffee bar. I actually left the 2 coffee makers there just because they're a little bit more difficult to take off. I could have taken them off. I feel like that probably would have been better to be able to clean the top shelf of this this little cabinet, but we went ahead and just cleaned around it. I honestly was too lazy that day, so I went ahead and sprayed the cabinet with some of the all-purpose cleaner, and then once I was finished with that, I went ahead and cleaned both of the coffee makers. We have a Keurig as well as an espresso. Honestly, we don't need both of them, but Francis does typically prefer just a simple coffee from the Keurig machine rather than a fancy latte type of drink from the Nespresso, so we have just decided to keep both of them until the Keurig decides to, not work anymore. So we have both of them for two different needs, but once I was finished cleaning both of the machines off, I went ahead and dusted everything as I brought it back over to the coffee bar. So we have our little two-tiered coffee mug holder. I love just displaying different coffee mugs on that. We have our sugar holder as well as a little plant, and then I did bring in some different mugs for the springtime, so I brought some more colorful ones. We have this gorgeous teal one, a little cactus one, a little, I don't even know, landscape or cityscape, I guess. But once that was all finished, we moved down to the second shelf. I did the same thing as the first one. I took everything off. I sprayed it with some all-purpose cleaner, tidied up, cleaned all of the dirt and grime. I don't really think there's dirt, but dust and grime, I guess. And then we went ahead and put everything back on the shelf. I dusted and cleaned as I put them all back. We have a little tray there with all of the Keurig cups, which I believe we desperately need a restock of those. I don't drink them, but Francis does, so he will probably buy some more of those in the very near future. But moving on to the other side, this is one of my favorite things to do. We have our little Nespresso container or storage here where I am restocking all of the Nespresso pods. This just makes me so happy seeing all of the different color pods, and this is just like the highlight of my day, so I just love that. But lastly, for the coffee bar, we are moving on to the top two shelves. This does get pretty dusty, so I'm going ahead and taking everything off, cleaning it with an all-purpose cleaner, and then dusting everything as I put the items back on. I did do the top shelf as well, but I think my camera died at some point, so I don't think I got that on camera, but we did both of the shelves, and then we moved on to the kitchen, which the kitchen honestly was pretty bad at this point. Francis and I made pancakes that morning, so it was just a disaster. The dishwasher was pretty much full, so I just added a few things to it. I finished that up, closed it, and started a new cycle. And then just for the rest of the stuff that I had in the sink that was dirty, I just hand washed those, put them on a towel on the counter, and then we moved on to deep cleaning the sink, which Francis, for some reason, he does the dishes, but he leaves the sink so dirty. There's just so much gross stuff in it. And when I ask him why he doesn't clean the sink out after he finishes cleaning it out of all of the dishes, he says that he leaves it for me because he knows how much I love cleaning out the sink. So I just find that funny. I do honestly enjoy it. It is very therapeutic, very satisfying to just go from a very dirty sink and then to a nice shining clean sink. It's really nice. So I do admit I kind of like that he leaves it for me, but it's just so funny that he does the dishes, but he just leaves the sink so dirty in the end. But once we were finished with that, we moved on to cleaning off all of the counters, which I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update on our DIY counters here in the kitchen. It's been a while since I've given you guys an update, but I'm going to be completely honest. There are some spots on this counter that are getting really, really bad. There are chips. I feel like this DIY marbling product is meant for a short period of time. I feel like if you want something that's going to last you, 3 to 5 years, I would say don't do this paint kit. It's definitely not going to last you that long. But if you just want a new countertop for a few years before you get a new one, this is definitely worth it. It was only $90 for this paint kit, so I do think it was worth it. But as we are using the counter more, I will say that it is chipping. There are some stains on it, unfortunately. This little right corner area, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but it is staining because of the cutting board that I have sitting there. pretty much 24/7. It is staining yellow. I feel like you can't really tell on camera, but as you guys can see here, we are just cleaning off the little soap dish and then filling up the dish soap, the hand soap, and then once we were finished with that side of the kitchen, I moved on to the oven. The stovetop was so dirty, but I just went ahead and cleaned it off with some all-purpose cleaner. Francis just sneezed, but this was so satisfying. Honestly, this is another part of cleaning the kitchen, which is very, very satisfying and I love to do. So we just cleaned off the top of the stove, we cleaned off the back there, and then we moved on to cleaning all of the appliances. So this is something, oh yeah, I also got a piece of paper towel stuck there, but this is something that desperately needed to be done. This is something I don't do very often, but I should. So I cleaned off the front little area there with some all-purpose cleaner, and then I did it with some Windex as well. And then I went ahead and cleaned the rest of them with some all-purpose cleaner. And then I also went in with some stainless steel cleaner as well for the appliances. And it just makes the kitchen look so much nicer when you have all shiny, streak-free, fingerprint-free appliances. So I definitely think this is something that I will probably do a little bit more often now that I know that it makes such a big difference. I typically only did it like once every few months, but I will probably end up doing this cleaning appliances more often for sure. But you guys can see there that that is the stainless steel cleaner that I use. It is really, really good. The container that I have is drying out a little bit, so I might buy myself a new one soon. But once we were finished with all the appliances, we moved on to the second half of the kitchen. I just, like I did with the other side, emptied out the countertop, cleaned off the countertop, there we go, and we just cleaned the counter. There are, again, a few spots that definitely are chipping on this side as well, but I feel like this side is looking a little bit better than the other one. I feel like the other side is worse because of all of the water from the sink and stuff like that, as well as just like dirty dishes being piled up. The countertop definitely stains a little bit easier than typical countertops. But anyways, once I was finished cleaning off the countertops, I went ahead and started bringing stuff back to this area. I decluttered our cookbook basket, put that back. We cleaned off the spice rack there and put that back as well. And I'm pretty sure that is everything for this side. And then we just quickly vacuumed the kitchen floor and then moved on to one thing that I actually have never done since I moved into this house, and that is wiping down all of our cabinet doors. I did not realize how dirty these cabinets were, guys, so I was so happy to finally get to this task and clean them all off. I honestly didn't think that this would make such a big difference, but simply just wiping down your cabinets can make such a big difference, and the kitchen looks so much cleaner now, and I'm so happy that I finally tackled this project. But anyways, I think that is everything, and let's go to the outro, shall we? Okay friends, so I am completely finished the entire second floor. I originally was going to go downstairs and clean the laundry room as well as my office and my rec room, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I am really tired. It is Saturday and I kind of just want to relax for the rest of the day, and I also want to get this video up for you guys tomorrow. So I feel like if I just continued cleaning, also Francis is downstairs streaming right now, so I don't want to bug him, and also he's like talking and stuff, so it'd be hard to film even though I'm filming voiceovers. I don't know, I just don't want to bug him, and I also just want to relax for the rest of my Saturday, so hopefully that's okay with you guys. I am really, really happy with the amount of cleaning that I got done today up here. Also yesterday I've been cleaning for probably like 12 hours in total, which is crazy, but I really underestimated the amount of spring cleaning that needed to happen in our house, so I am really, really happy that I tackled most of it. Hopefully maybe we'll do another clean with me and we can do the entire downstairs. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So let me know if you guys would want a part 2 of spring cleaning. Comment down below if you want to see that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. A huge shout out to Kyvol for sending me the vacuum cleaner. I definitely recommend it. Also, my mouth just made a really weird sound. like I was saying, I definitely recommend the vacuum cleaner. I will have it linked down below. It's available on Amazon. It is actually amazing. I was pleasantly surprised. It is so, so good. And if you have been wanting to get a Dyson, I definitely think this is a great dupe, and it is a lot cheaper. So go check it out if you want to. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and comment down below anything you'd like. Honestly, commenting and liking does help my channel a lot, so I appreciate those. But with that being said, I'm going to call it a day. I'm gonna go relax, maybe do my nails. We're gonna order in some food and have a good rest of the night. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I love you so much. Remember, you are somebody's reason to smile, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. But I've just been in my PJs all day because like I said, haven't been feeling the best, so comfy clothes it is. But yeah, I'm really excited